Fear is a quiet shadow the mind casts on tomorrow. Overthinking is the heart trying too hard to protect itself. But in this breath, in this single gentle moment, the shadow softens. My name is Renshin. I am not a monk you can visit. I am simply a voice, a quiet echo that translates the timeless heart of the Lotus Sutra. Today, I want to speak with you about fear and the way our mind creates too many futures long before they arrive. Because you are not alone in feeling this. All of us face that same struggle. More than 100 years ago, the physician and philosopher Sir William Osler left us a simple, beautiful instruction. Shut out all of your past. Shut out the future as tightly as you can. Live in the room of the present. Dale Carnegie opened his famous book, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living, with these very words. Because human beings have always suffered from the same pain, fear of what lies behind the door of the past, and fear of what awaits behind the door of the future. Fear is born from the future, from the unknown, from the imagined, from the shadows that have not yet taken form. The mind believes it is protecting you by preparing for danger, but sometimes it prepares so hard that it begins to create the danger instead. Overthinking is when the mind keeps painting the future with darker and darker colors, even though the canvas is still blank. The ancient philosopher Seneca noticed this long ago. He said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." And he was right. Most fears are not about the world as it is, but the world as the mind imagines it. A single worry can multiply, create stories, build entire worlds that feel real, but are made only of thought. Modern psychology explains this gently. When the heart has been hurt before, it becomes more sensitive to what might happen again. Past pain tries to protect you by whispering warnings. And so the mind projects yesterday's darkness onto tomorrow's sky. Overthinking is the mind's attempt to prevent suffering, even while it creates a new kind of suffering in the process. More than 2,000 years ago, the Lotus Sutra taught something profound. The idea of 3 times, past, present, and future. Your present life is shaped by countless causes from the past, and your future is shaped by the choices you make today. Fear tries to convince you that the future is already written, but the Lotus Sutra reminds us that the future remains open, soft, fluid, changeable, because it is created moment by the heart you live with now. When you return to the room of the present, the shadow of the future loses its power. Fear is a shadow. A shadow looks solid, but it has no substance. Its size depends only on the angle of light. When the light grows stronger, the shadows diminish. The things we fear behave the same way. They appear enormous when the mind is dark. But when the heart grows calm, its light weakens the fear, chasing the shadows away. Eckhart Tolle, a spiritual teacher and best-selling author, expressed this gently. Worry pretends to be necessary, but serves no useful purpose. Fear often tries to sound responsible. It's good to prepare. What if something goes wrong? You must think about it more. But beneath these voices is simply a heart that does not want to be hurt again. Worry is not wisdom. Worry is a disguise the heart wears when it feels unsafe. Imagine this. You lie in bed trying to sleep, but your mind begins its quiet storm. A message unanswered, a mistake you made, a meeting tomorrow, a memory from years ago. One thought pulls another and another until your heart is heavy with futures that do not yet exist. Everyone has known this moment. Everyone has been caught inside their own mind. Here is something simple. When fear begins to build its stories, pause. Take one gentle breath and whisper inside your heart. This is fear trying to speak of the future. Just naming it softens it. Bring your attention back to your hands, your breath, the space around you. Right now, in this single moment, you are safe. Right now is the only place you truly live. Right now is the only place you can breathe. Right now is the only place where the future is still soft. Fear does not make you weak. Fear means your heart is trying to protect you. So rather than rejecting it, hold it softly. Tell your heart, "Thank you for trying to keep me safe, but you can rest for a moment." When you meet fear with kindness, its grip loosens. The mind grows quieter, the future grows lighter, and the present opens like a window. Fear is a quiet shadow the mind casts on tomorrow. Overthinking is the heart trying too hard to protect itself. But in this breath, in this single gentle moment, the shadow softens. If this quiet reflection brought a little ease to your heart, please consider subscribing so we may share another gentle moment together. And if you would like to explore these ideas more deeply through Buddhist wisdom, psychology, and slow, quiet reflection, you can find the written guide on my Substack. The link is in the description below. Thank you for spending this peaceful moment with me. May your heart feel safe and softly connected to the life around you.